Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artiste, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
I am not me. I am art. And I am your host for I Am Smart, the Not Me quiz. The quiz where people look to improve their art, their lives, and their selves through learning and earn the right to say, I am smart. The format of this quiz, very simple, very straightforward. 3 rounds of questions for your brain, 3 musings for your imaginosphere, the 2-point bonus round at the end. There's 20 points on offer overall. All you're going to need for this quiz, something to write with. Here's an example. It's a pencil. Something to write on. Here's an example. It's a piece of paper. A brain for thinking and an imaginosphere for imagining. Optional is a beverage. I've got a beverage right here. I can look at you through the beverage. Oh, that distorts my face in a rather pleasing manner. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the actual quiz. I'll put that out on Front Street. I'm not gonna try and deceive you on that issue. But we do like to kick things off with a toast, just to bring everybody together as one. So here we go. Charge your glasses. Here we go. Is that still showing up? That's still showing up a little bit. There we go. To Simone Biles, who became the first gymnast ever to qualify for the finals in every single lady gymnastics discipline in the World Championships this week. She is officially excellent at the bars, the narrow one, the springer, and the mat flips. She stated her intention to celebrate by visiting the nearby Six Flags theme park, presumably not realizing that her diminutive 4'8" stature means she'll be allowed on only 21% of the rides. But still, congratulations to Simone Biles. I'll probably go for a second one. On that. Cheers to Simone, my word. So flippy for one so small. Hello, Smarties. Who do we have in our tube today? Cameraman George, hello to you, pal. How do, bud? How do? Definitely not Duda. Hello to you. Ready to learn? Well, I'm ready to impart knowledge. So we both seem to be in a symbiotic kind of yin and yang relationship, much like the cream and the cookie. Oreo. TB Douglas, hello to you. Ready to quiz? That's good. Maple Panda, hello to you there. SJ Beck 72, lovely to see you there. A small tube today, but no less mighty for it. We've got to start off, guys. We've got to start off with something long overdue. Last week, for those who are watching, TB Douglas, the high point scorer for last week's quiz, who will be choosing a round from this week, did actually pay some drops of imaginosphere, but when I watched back, I did not honour those drops of imaginosphere. So what I'd like for you to all do right now is just charge up some emotes. I'd really appreciate it if you charged up some emotes. Because we've got a 16-second chill dance party coming, and I refuse to let this madness go on any longer. I don't want to owe anybody a dance party. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the kind of guy who owes parties, like that guy from Firefest. We're not the same, he and I. So you'll know what to do, I think, when the time is right. Let's chill, let's dance, let's party. And I want you to dance as well, guys. I want you to dance. And your dancing energies will fly through the sky to wherever TB Douglas is in the world right now and seep into her skin, much like a rejuvenating mud mask. Let's do this. Oh, I'm chill. I'm chill. I'm feeling it. There we go. There we are. There we go. My goodness, my gracious. It just feels good. TB, I hope you enjoyed that. Gonna snooze that ad coming up. Yeah, that is art. And your extra, that wasn't even a reward. That was, you paid for that. You paid hard-earned drops of imaginosphere for that reward. And Lord knows, you earned them. But your reward for being the high point scorer is you get to choose a round. The rounds we got this week, nice and simple. Haikus Day, we all love a Haikus Day. Spotlight, yay or nay, who dat artist? Anagram a ding dong, gimme 5, movie ladder, nart, Usi choose, the welcome return. The welcome return of Look Close. That's a rare one, but lovely to see it back. Iconic art and red herring. So TB, at your, what Americans refer to as leisure, please make your selection. We'll get on with this. Straight over. See, that just shows, doesn't it? That just shows how long it's been since you've had a Look Close. When you see a Look Close in there, as TB has, you grab it. You grab it. You rip off the person's hand who's offering it to you, and not a court in the land would convict you for doing that, TB. So well done. So we will be doing a Look Close. But what else have we got? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's pick some rounds. As you probably saw, as you probably saw there, I did actually the rarest of rare things. A 1 in 12 chance. 1 in 12 chance that I did pick Look Close, but we managed to get 3 in the end. So we've got a Look Close, we've got a Haikus Day, and we've got a red herring. 3 that I feel like I did this week. It's interesting how that works out. So let's have a look. Let's turn off picking the rounds because we've already had that. What have we got in terms of? Yeah, Look Close. Yeah, that's good. Red herring. Maybe we'll start there. Haikus Day. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do red herring. Are we ready to quiz, guys? Guys, are we ready to quiz? Let's quiz it up. With some red herrings. Oh, where am I? There I am. Red herring. Oh, won't you be bearing? Sometimes, guys, when creating, it's best to start at the end, okay, and work backwards. Yeah? Sometimes it just helps. You know where you're going to end up, but how do you get there? So in this round, we're going to start with the answers, and then I'm going to give you the questions. But which question goes with which answer, that is the central conceit of the red herring round. Let's see. Let's get our little, yeah, okay. What is it? Is it just red herring? Oh, no, that's trying to make me join Twitch. What's going on there? That seems silly. Right, okay, so we're getting rid of that. Apologies, guys. We'll get there. So each round of Red Herring has a theme. The theme for this week's round is talk show hosts. Very timely. The American talk shows returned to the airways this week after the writers' strikes. I thought it was all BAU, which is cool guy slang for business as usual, but the actors are still on strike, which means that if you like musicians, now's the time to watch the talk shows, because they can do nothing but musicians and politicians and anybody else. Oh, excuse me, there's the phone. So let's get our answers first. Who have we got here? We've got Jimmy Kimmel. We've got Jonathan Ross, a UK guy. Ooh, we've got Stephen Colbert. We've got Graham Norton. We've got Seth Meyers. And we've got Jimmy Fallon. These are our guys. Is that working? No, that isn't working. Don't know why that isn't working. But it's fine. We'll move on. So all of these questions are going to have these answers, although there is one that is the red herring. This is what we're dealing with. I don't know why that isn't working though. Well, we'll get on with the first question first. And anybody who's slow on the uptake, I'm sure you'll be able to work out what we're doing. So we're going to go through these first questions quite quickly, and then we'll go through them again once you've seen what all the questions are. Question number 1. Which talk show host was once an understudy for Steve Carell? Very funny guy, Steve Carell. Everybody enjoys his work on The Office and Evan Almighty. For some people's money, the better Almighty, even better than Bruce. I certainly wouldn't be drawn into a debate that hotly contested. Number 2, which talk show host once modelled for Calvin Klein? Interesting. Question number 3. Which talk show host was once reprimanded for telling Gwyneth Paltrow mid-interview that he would really like to make love to her? It seems rather untoward and impolite. Number 4. Which talk show host's show was once described by Matt Damon, the wonderful Matt Damon, as the most fun he'd ever had on a talk show? I shouldn't have put that in quotes, really, because he didn't say he'd. But you get the general gist. And question number 5. Which talk show host was once the sole anchor of Saturday Night Live's Weekend Update segment? Let's have those questions again. Question number 1, which talk show host was once an understudy for Steve Carell? What do we think? It's difficult, Maple Panda. It's difficult. The benefit is that you do have a 1 in 6 chance of just getting it right on an absolute punt. Question number 2. Which talk show host once modelled for Calvin Klein? I don't know the difference between the Jimmys. Yeah, that's a tricky one. I believe that's an issue that a lot of people suffer with. Jimmy Kimmel is the slightly rounder of the two, if I can say that, both facially and body-wise, although less so now. Jimmy Fallon is on the East Coast. He's over in New York City at 30 Rock. One has very small eyes, I think. I think if I had to pick which of the two talk show Jimmys had the smaller eyes, I would say Jimmy Kimmel is the slightly beadier of the two. Question number 3. Which talk show host was once reprimanded for telling Gwyneth Paltrow mid-interview that he would really like to make love to her? Now I just think that's not very nice. You know? I mean, whether you would or not is not really that's not really the... Number 4. Which talk show host's show was once described by Matt Damon as the most fun he'd ever had on a talk show? Just gonna, because otherwise it's just gonna be like a slight itch on my brain. Just gonna get rid of those. There we go. And the final question: which talk show host was once the sole anchor of Saturday Night Live's Weekend Update segment? At the moment, of course, it's hosted by the wonderful Colin Jost, with the teeth, and Michael Che, with the often wears trainers beneath the desk. He's in the suit and tie, but that doesn't go all the way down to the floor, ladies. But yeah, so tends to be a duo on here, but one of these guys was one of the few people to do it as a solo act. But which one was it? And there we go. It's a good one to have some guesses on. If you don't know these for sure. So yeah, don't be afraid to just kind of dive in there with a little bit of guesswork. Nobody will judge you. Lord knows nobody's going to judge you on that. But that's all the questions. But we do need a musing. You all know we need a musing. So the musing is very simply this. You get given your own talk show. Which guest is your holy grail to interview? Now, when I say this, I don't mean the one that you believe will grant you everlasting life. No. Just which is the guest that you would consider the biggest get for you? If you could interview one person, you're like, well, we need to get this person. And it can be however improbable, because I'm not saying you're actually going to get them. Book and talk shows, very difficult, very subtle art. Very subtle art. And there's your first round, guys. There's your first round. Nice and simple, nice and straightforward. Let's head back to Maine. How's everybody feeling? Everybody doing all right? Everybody living large, yeah? Okay, let's go for a little bit of... the old toasty marshmallows, Maple Panda, thank you so much. That says more than words ever could. Who's in the mood for some poetry? I think I could really do with some poetry. Now, poems are great, guys. We all know poems are great because they don't always say exactly what they mean. You could be reading a poem that's about a large dog, but it's actually about the breakdown of a marriage because of infidelity. And the infidelity had nothing to do with a large dog, thank goodness. As an artiste, you need to be able to interpret poems properly. So I have written 5 poems here, and you need to tell me what they are about. Now, the topic, did I even put the topic in correctly? Yes, I did. So each of these poems is about a Scottish musician. I'm going to tell you right at the top here. Again, I'm not gonna hide this. This one's going to be tricky. It's the kind of thing that I had this idea of Scottish musicians, and then I thought, yeah, I'll do a few of them, and I did a few of them, and then it kind of dried up a little bit, and I thought, gosh, this is going to be quite tricky. But then I'd already written a few of them, so in any event, we're going to have 5 poems here, and you just need to tell me which Scottish musician, individual, or band, could be an individual or a band. Oh dear, it's definitely not Duda. You are not wrong for saying oh dear. This will be very tricky for me, says TB Douglas as well. Okay, well at least everybody's in the same boat. Are there any Scotch people in the among the Smarties? Any Scotchies in? I mean, the show is free, so Let's go haiku number 1. Here we go. Nope, not here. Never mind. Twins wearing glasses, famous mostly for one song and 500 miles. One song and 500 miles. Twins wearing glasses, famous mostly for one song and 500 miles. Easy-ish. I'll help you out. This is a band. Yes, says Maple Panda. See, it's not as easy, not as difficult as I maybe made it out to be. Maybe I oversold it. Or maybe this is just an easy one, just to ease you in, just to lull you into a very false, very fragile sense of security. Who knows? Haiku number 2. He's someone you loved on chat shows and in his songs. He's a normal bloke. Okay, I know at least one. Well, that's good. And if you write something for your musing later, then you'll get 2 points out of the round. So that's, He's someone you loved. The S and the Y and the L are capitalized. I wonder if that means anything. On chat shows and in his songs. He's a normal bloke. Haiku number 3. What do DJs do? They find love with Rihanna and date Taylor Swift. This one's pretty good, I will say. What do DJs do? They find love with Rihanna and date Taylor Swift. Cat wearing sunglasses. Maple Panda, I think, is doing a little bit better than maybe early reports would have indicated. Huh? And Mary Vic Hope. Look at Maple Panda go, guys. Giving you extra clues. Being a bit braggy, maybe? Is it a bit braggy, or is it just that confidence? Is the confidence just oozing from Maple Panda? And we're all just lucky to be basking in it. Number 4. I am smart. That's braggy. But it's using an appropriate emote, so I'm absolutely going to allow it. Number 4. What's a eurythmic? And what are sweet dreams made of? No clue. But she's great. Again, that's not terrible, right? What's a eurythmic? And what are sweet dreams made of? No clue, but she's great. And this is to make it a bit more palatable for the Americans among you, because I know there's 1 or 2 of you out there. Had to look up her. It's a woman. Look up her biggest hit in America. And it was this one. So, doing better than I thought, learning more about where people are from. Well, here we go, because people don't sing in their Scottish accents, aside from maybe the first ones. So yeah, it's... What was it that you said at the beginning? Definitely not Duda. What was the first message that you sent? Ready to learn. You're welcome. Oh, I didn't do the thing. I'm going to test you for this last one, though, guys. This is going to be a test. Are they from Disney? Her with Beast and him the Crab? Nope, they're a whole band. This is one that you can actually work out. I suppose you'd have to have a little knowledge, maybe, to know how it all fits together, but I'm giving you a lot of information here. The first draft of this had that's so good. Thank you, definitely not Duda. I won't say that I agree, but I don't disagree. The first draft of this round, the last one, was about Malcolm Young, the guitarist from AC/DC, who was born in Scotland but then moved to Australia. And I thought, well, that's grasping at straws maybe if I'm forced to use somebody who is much more famous for being Australian than Scottish. But, you know, I swapped it out for that last one. And the final musing, well, not the final musing, the musing of Haiku's Day. What kind of Highland clan would your family be, and what would your tartan look like? I want you to think outside the box here, guys. There's lots of different clans in Scotland. They roam the moors, you know. Very much Uncle Town territory if we were talking AC/DC. So maybe it would have got one. Maybe it would have found an audience. He's had to retire. Oh, that's such a shame. Well, if you have, retiring, you should have plenty more time to. You probably mean gone to bed. That's fair enough. What kind of Highland clan would your family be? Describe them however you wish. And what would your tartan look like? What kind of Highland clan would your family be? Give me some adjectives. Give me some activities. What would your tartan look like? This one's a little bit abstract. So you're gonna have to work with this one. You're gonna have to work. And let's head back to Maine. Wonderful, wonderful work, everybody. Gosh, this is going well. I'm enjoying this a lot, and I hope you are. And even more excitingly, the final round we've got this week is a little one for TB Douglas. And it's one that I've put a decent chunk of work into, so I hope you enjoy it. Let's test our observation skills, shall we?
I've been wondering.
About what have you been wondering?
Whoa! Gosh, there was a little teaser for you. This is the look close round, guys. This is the look close round. As an artiste, you need to keep your eyes open, guys. Yeah, there is inspiration flying at you at all times. How are you going to feel if a spellbinding idea just passed you by and you didn't even realize because you were too busy daydreaming about Elijah Wood's big wet eyes? Really annoyed. That's how. So I'm going to show you some incredible art, and when I do, I want you to look close because there will be questions on it afterwards. So as we have just seen, for the first time ever, this is a look close round with some art that was created specifically for it by Notme. Previously, we've watched old Notme videos and I've asked you questions about them. We've watched, what have we watched? Old public access films that I'm not going to get dinged for and copyright. Movie trailers. There was a Twitch stream from another streamer that we watched for a bit. There's lots of stuff, but this is the first one where I've created a specific video for. So I want you to watch this. We're only going to watch it once, and then there will be some questions on it afterwards. I will say only good luck. Pay attention with your eyes, your ears, and everything you have. Here we go.
I've been wondering.
About what?
What?
About what have you been wondering?
What kind of question even is that?
A valid one. You said you were wondering. I asked what about. That is logic, my friend. That is Neil deGrasse Tyson logic.
I said wondering, not wondering.
What?
Wandering. You know, walking aimlessly. I've been wandering.
Oh, I thought you meant wondering. Like pondering.
Nope.
Right then. Well, let us start over. Where have you been wandering? Lisbon?
Around your thoughts. I know you're into me. You should ask me out one of these days. You might just like the answer.
Crikey.
I'm going to go home now.
Well, I shall be sorry to see you go.
But you'll love to watch me leave.
There we go. There we go. We're going to get through these questions quickly whilst it's still fresh in your mind. Let's see how much you are paying attention. What fruit was held up for all to see? Thank you, TB. Thank you, TB. Thank you, definitely. That's question 1. Question 2. Which European city was mentioned? It was a European city mentioned, but which one was it? Question number 3. It was a goal, thank you. What was the blue number? What was the blue number? I've got no idea if these are too difficult. We'll work it out along the way. Question 4. How many fingers were used to demonstrate walking aimlessly? Quite proud of this one. Quite proud of this one. And question 5. What is used to dot the I in KISS on the slogan? We'll do those questions again. What fruit was held up for all to see? Which European city was mentioned? What was the blue number? How many fingers were used to demonstrate walking aimlessly? And what is used to dot the I in KISS on the sign? Wow, very tricky, says TB. I apologize if they are too tricky. But hopefully it'll be a satisfying thing when you watch. And, I'll be able to, this was the first one of a brand new era for Look Close, really. So hopefully we'll be able to amend if it is maybe a little bit too tricky. But we need amusing, of course. If you need any of those questions again, please do let me know. Or if you need to watch the video again, please do let me know. No, you don't get to watch the video again. That was me being tricky. That was me being sneaky. What's a really, really creative way to ask someone out? Really stretch your imaginations here, guys. Notice I haven't asked what's a creative way to ask someone out. I haven't even asked what's a really creative way to ask someone else. What I've asked is, what is a really, really creative way to ask someone out? Yeah? Really, really. And interpret it however you wish. If you want to go full, money, no object, the world we live in, no object, feel free. I'm not going to stand in your way. Good Lord. And there we go. Back to main. I have to. I need to keep it on. I need to keep it on for a very special reason later on. You made it, guys. You made it all the way through. Made it all the way through the questions, and I'm proud of you for doing so. I like to reward you with some art. For the month of October, I will just be rehashing my old victories through Inktober 2022. And today is no difference. And this is a video that might have special significance to one of you in particular. Let's see. Day 8, Inktober 2022.
Today's prompt is match. Like a prisoner on death row or Jared Leto frantically checking the "It's Morbin Time" hashtag with a sequel on his mind, it's so important for the single man to maintain the flame of hope, Hope that love can work, sometimes, somehow. Which is why it was so gratifying to learn that two of my long-time fans, true cherished acolytes, recently got married. Nana Hobbob and Definitely Not Duda are now a single, legal, unified entity, thanks in part to me and my art. Probably. He's a pun-loving photographer, she's a punk who may just cave your head in with a brick if you interrupt her while she's doing her puzzles, but together they are a match, and so today I honour them with my illustration. And to them I say congratulations, you're welcome, and thank you so much for loving me. And to a lesser but still important extent, each other.
There we go. Definitely Not Duda. And Nana Hobbob, betrothed, is here in spirit. That's lovely. How, if it isn't too personal a question, and I'm confident it probably is, but I'm asking it anyway, how's marriage going? Definitely. Working out okay? Yeah? Year in? A lot of people say the first year is the toughest. So if you've managed to survive, then that's certainly nothing to be sniffed at. All going well, though, I hope. I trust, I hope. It is warm, though. It's going wonderfully. That is art. Round of applause to Definitely Not Duda and Nana Hobbob. They're making it work. Guys. It's a difficult world to make it work in, but they're making it work. Wonderful stuff. Couldn't be more pleased for you. Let us maybe get on with some answers, shall we? What do we have first? We had red herring first? Yes, red herring first. Lovely stuff. Red herring. So we were... the musing, of course. My word, the musing. You're given your own talk show. Which guest is your holy grail to interview? Don't say it out loud, guys. Please don't say it out loud, because it's not going to do diddly. Dropped a couple of that as arts in there, actually, but never mind. I need you to get it in the chat. I really need you to get it in the chat as we go through the answers to these questions. So here are the answers. Is that all of them? No, that's not all of them. Right, that's all of them. Okay. Question number 1. Which talk show host was once an understudy for Steve Carell? And it was, of course, the wonderful Stephen Colbert, who came up with Carell in the Chicago improv comedy scene. Was once an understudy for him. Interesting one for you fact fans out there. Question number 2. Which talk show host once modelled for Calvin Klein? It was the non-beady eyes one. It was Jimmy Fallon. With his cheeky boy next door, fresh-faced look, Calvin Klein gobbled him up. Fully clothed, though. He was fully clothed. Number 3, which talk show host was once reprimanded for telling Gwyneth Paltrow mid-interview that he would really like to make love to her? It was the bad boy of UK talk shows. It's Jonathan Ross. He has always been old enough to know better. Number 4, which talk show host's show was once described by Matt Damon as the most fun he'd ever had on a talk show? Quite a famous clip, so I wouldn't be surprised if a few of you got this. It was Graham Norton, of course it was. Once the drinks start flying and everybody's out at the same time, having a chat, flipping people over in that wonderful red chair. Everybody's having a great time. And the final question, which talk show host was once the sole anchor of Saturday Night Live's Weekend Update segment? Now, this is maybe a bit of a tricky one, because Jimmy Fallon was also once an anchor
on Weekend Update, but he never did it himself. The person who did, Seth Meyers. He was the solo Weekend Update anchor, which means that Jimmy Kimmel, him of the beady eyes and round face, although not so much anymore, is our red herring. Congratulations to Jimmy. And congratulations to you if you got any of those questions right. Let's have a look at some of these musings, shall we? Let's have a look at some of these musings. Definitely not due to go for Maria Bamford. She has a wonderful mind on her. Wonderful mind on her. She has once, very recently released, or is in the process of releasing a new stand-up special. So if you're a fan of hers, I would heartily encourage you to look out for it. She would be a wonderful guest on a talk show. I don't think she shows up that often because hers is maybe an acquired taste, maybe a specific taste for comedy. But what I would enjoy about you interviewing Maria Bamford definitely is you just wouldn't know where it would go. You wouldn't know where it would go. Hers is a mind that really just bounces around like a bouncy ball thrown as hard as you can inside a Portaloo. Just pinging off everything and picking up all kinds of crazy stuff along the way. Good choice. Very, very good choice. It's Maple Panda. I like Colbert. He is a wonderful talk show host, as are they all. But Colbert has a little bit of swagger. There that I think maybe sets him apart. And his background in improv comedy means you're not going to faze him. With the best will in the world, you're just not going to faze him. T.B. Douglas, Jeff Goldblum, one of the great talk show guests, Mr. Goldblum. Seems like he'd keep you on your toes. I wouldn't know what to expect from him, but I think he'd be very engaging and fun. He's a man who's interested in the world, isn't he, Goldblum? He's a man who's just interested in the world. He's always very You think, gosh, yeah, that's a guy who's really switched on. He doesn't really need to use words in the same way that us mortals do. Is he immortal? Wouldn't put it past him. SJ Beck 72, Stephen Fry, just a wonder. There's a lovely clip, I think, of Stephen Fry on Graham Norton, where he is talking about his book. He's done a series of books retelling ancient myths in a more palatable, conversational manner. And he's talking about the origins of storytelling and, in his way where he's brimming with information. And because it's Graham Norton, he's sat next to Nicole Kidman, and she could not be more interested in what he's saying. He has drawn her in. If he were, of the less boy mad, I certainly feel like he could have really quite easily, I think, got a smooch off Nicole Kidman at the end of that. She was absolutely enraptured. Such is the power of Stephen Fry. And Maple Panda, might as well go for Nigella Lawson since I know her personally. Well, I met her once in 2018. That counts, Maple Panda. That counts because I'm confident that Nigella thinks as highly of you as you do of her. She seems like a woman who would remember names, would remember faces, and would also remember pies and cakes, and flans. She loves a sweet treat, does Nigella. But yeah, let's go for knowing her personally. That's absolutely fine. And therefore, if you do know her personally, because you would be able to build on the very solid foundation of friendship that you built all the way back in 2018, it would the interview would just have a very free flowing, just a very relaxed, just a couple of mates chilling kind of vibe, which does go down really, really well. And maybe a little bit of ribbing. You can get away with it. You're best friends. Points all round, guys. Points all round. That was wonderful. Let's go on with that Haikus Day. Let's go north of the border, please. Let's go north of the border to the Highlands, to the Scotch people. What kind of Highland clan would your family be, and what would your tartan look like? These are the questions that I'm interested in hearing your answers to. When I say hear, I mean read, because you need to get it in the chat as we go through the answers to these questions. Question number 1. Twins wearing glasses, famous mostly for one song, and 500 miles. Miles. It is, of course, the Proclaimers. The Proclaimers. I'm going to say for 500 miles. Really, it's 1,000 miles, because they would walk 500 miles. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing that a lot of the history books don't have the courage to tell you. They'll also walk 500 more. Such is the determination of those ginger myopic twins. Question number 2. He's someone you loved on chat shows and in his songs. He's a normal bloke. He is, of course, Lewis Capaldi. Lewis Capaldi. Capaldi. Lewis Capaldi. He's just a regular guy, okay? He sings these very emotional love songs, but you get him in front of a talk show crowd. You get maybe a couple of glasses of vino inside him, and he'll be dropping F-bombs, but in a charming way, not in an aggressive way. Very, very charming chap. He's just kind of down to earth. He's just a regular dude. Going back to Graham Norton, he told an anecdote on there about how he went to the Grammys and got up to go to the toilet, and when he came back, people assumed that he was one of the seat fillers that the Grammys employ to replace people in their seats, so it never looks the auditorium never looks empty. They didn't realise he was there getting nominated. So yeah, just a regular guy. He was probably wearing a tracksuit, so I'm not sure he can complain too much. Question number 3. What do DJs do? They find love with Rihanna and they date Taylor Swift. Calvin Harris, of course. Of course, Calvin Harris. It was acceptable in the 80s. Blang, blang, blang. Blagalang. Blagalalang. Blang, blang. Blab, blab. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. And, of course, Dance With Me by Dizzy Rascal. Lots of great songs. Calvin Harris. And some of them he actually sings on. So you can't have too much of a go, less of a go at him than other DJs. He is pulling his weight. Question number 4. What's a eurythmic? And what are Sweet Dreams made of? No clue, but she is great. It is, of course, the one, the only, the inimitable Ms. Annie Lennox of the Eurythmics. Singing, obviously, their biggest hit worldwide is Sweet Dreams Are Made of These. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world, the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. That's Annie Lennox. Well done if you got that one right. I think the Eurythmics is kind of a household name, but Annie Lennox maybe less so. I don't know. But she did have quite a prolific solo career as well. Certain songs that I personally have in the past, to my discredit, attributed to the Eurythmics are in fact Lennox originals. Let's see if we can find some actually. Let's see. Songs. Oh, these are just covers. No, not all of us. Biggest songs, best songs. Walking on Broken Glass. I think that was the big one. Feels just like I'm walking on broken glass. It's Annie Lennox. It's not the Eurythmics, guys. Number 5. Are they from Disney? Her with Beast and Him the Crab. Nope, they're a whole band. It is, of course, Her with the Beast, Him the Crab. It's Belle and Sebastian. It's Belle and Sebastian. So well done if you managed to work that one out. A lovely lilting Irish indie outfit there. Musing, of course. Well done if you got those ones right. Again, I think that was quite tricky. Maybe less tricky than you thought. Certainly less tricky because it didn't have that AC/DC question in it anymore. But kudos to you if you managed to get those right. What kind of Highland clan would your family be? What would your tartan look like? Let's have a little look. TB Douglas, here we go. Oh, a Maple Panda saw them perform this summer. The Proclaimers, was it? Maple Panda, very good. Wonderful, wonderful. Was it just variations on 500 Miles? Or do they have a whole back catalogue that's just been cruelly overshadowed because that song is just so powerful? Just so powerful. I mean, we've got Walking on Broken Glass, we've got Katrina and the Waves Walking on Sunshine, and we've got the Proclaimers Walking 500 Miles. 3 outstanding walk-based songs. T.B. Douglas, let's have a look. The clan would be a comedic clan. Use humour to diffuse tense situations with other clans. That's nice. It's not all claymores. Yeah, claymores and battle axes. Sometimes we crack a wee joke with you. They would mainly focus on just having fun. Just have fun. It's all right. We're just having fun, okay? Yeah, we could fight. And people of yours would die, people of ours would die, and everybody would just end up miserable. Let's just have some fun. Let's just do some Highland dancing in our Highland kilts, drink some whiskey. Let's just have some fun, okay? It's sunny right now. This is Scotland. It won't be sunny in 8 minutes' time, so let's just make the most of it. That's nice. The tartan would be yellow and orange to represent sunlight and looking on the bright side of life. They seem like a lovely bunch, TB. They seem like a lovely bunch, and I appreciate that very much. I got that one from the haiku only. That's good, TB. That's good. I seen that you're referring to the Bell and Sebastian one. I like your comedic. I mean, the Scotch people, very funny. Lewis Capaldi, my word, he'll have you in stitches. Billy Connolly, so many fantastic, funny Scottish people. So this is not without precedent. Frankie Boyle, although it's less sunshine for him. Lovely stuff. Definitely not due to a clan of travelling performers. Lovely troubadours, bards, who are also highly skilled fighters. So they will play guitar. Here's us playing our Highland guitar, but there's maybe like it's a very heavy guitar because it's in fact also a big hammer. So I'll play your song and I'll keep up my pace. But if you cross me, I swear, I'll smack you in the face with my big hammer. My big hammer right in the side of your face. Get back, you ball bag. Lovely stuff. Really, really good. Tartan would be black, orange, purple, and green to represent Halloween. Lovely stuff. AKA dressing up as different characters. That's nice. So you might have a Skellington Highland clan member. You might have, what else could you have? Somebody dressed in a sheet. You could have somebody dressed as a spider. There's one guy walking up with his weird hat and his very short skirt. Hey, Angus, what are you dressed up as, pal? I'm a sexy witch. I'm the sexiest witch you've ever seen. Showing a bit of leg, showing a bit of a little bit of chest, not too much mind. I'm not a hussy. It works. It's a great song, though. It is a great song. I assume we're talking about 500 Miles. Lovely, lovely stuff. Captain Sheep, hello to you. Dropping in late. No worries about that whatsoever. You've got a wonderful round still to go. If you wrote an answer to this for the musing, you get a point. And I will say, Maple Panda, emotes don't count for musings. I apologize if I haven't explained that so far, but this is the way that these things work out. And let's go on with our final round. Oh, wait a minute.
About what?
Wait a minute. I need to get better at that. And it's because Streamlabs is being slow again. I really don't know what's up with it. But you click on something and it's like 2 seconds later it's going to do the thing that you want it to do. Very frustrating. But the musing for this round, what's a really, really creative way to ask someone out? SJBX72, great accent, not me. Thanks so much. Just got to, I think for Scottish, you've just got to really kind of set into like, yeah, Christ. That's a good word. That's a good entry point into Jesus Christ. They say it a lot. Not the most religious of guys, though, I will say. What's a really, really creative way to ask someone out? Please get it in the chat. Question. Ooh. Wait, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go through these questions, and then we're just going to watch the video again, because you'll be able to pick them up. And then we'll go through the answers if needs be. What fruit was held up for all to see? Excuse me. Which European city was mentioned? Gosh, this takes forever. I'm clicking. What was the blue number? Absolute joke this is. Number 4 was... This is an absolute joke. How many fingers are used to demonstrate walking aimlessly? And then number 5. What is used to dot the I in kiss on the sign? Let's just watch this video again, and you'll be able to pick up all of these answers, as well as I was quite sneaky there. I'd also put some red herrings in there. So there are some odd things in there that you didn't need to remember at all. Let's watch this video again.
I've been wondering. About what? What? About what have you been
Sandra
wondering?
Bullock.
What kind of question even is
Orange
that?
number.
A valid one.
Ignore it.
You said you were wondering. I asked what about. That is logic, my friend. That is Neil deGrasse Tyson logic. I said wondering, not wondering. What?
He's green.
Wondering.
Blue number 227.
Walking aimlessly.
4.
I've been wondering.
Walking aimlessly.
Oh, I thought you meant wondering.
It's tricky.
Like pondering. Nope. Right.
That's
then.
a Mandarin.
Well, let us start over.
But I will accept
Where
any
have you
orange
been
citrus
wandering?
fruit.
Lisbon? Around your thoughts.
European city.
I know you're into me. You should ask me out one of these days. You might just like the answer. Crikey. I'm going to go home now. Well, I shall be sorry to see you go, but you'll love to watch me leave.
It's a heart. It's a heart on the eye. David Beckham. Don't mention it. And there we go. So those answers again. Oh, this is just taking forever. The fruit, mandarin, though I'll accept any orange citrus fruit. Lisbon was the city. Capital of Portugal. Obs. You knew that. 227 was the blue number. Four was the amount of fingers used to demonstrate walking aimlessly. And that was tricky because that was at the same time as the blue number. So if you got both of those, you deserve a lot of praise. The number 5, what was on the thing? Heart. I will also accept Mickey Mouse shape because it kind of looked like a Mickey Mouse shape. Just kind of, you know. I mean, I have the... there it is. I want to kiss your neck. What did you get up to this weekend? So well done if you got those right. Some of those are very tricky, I think. But a point for each of those you got right. Well done. What's a really, really creative way to ask someone out? Definitely not Tudor. Create an elaborate scavenger hunt. I love it already. that includes prepaid for snacks from places along the way. That's good. You're thinking of their sustenance, and that is, in many ways, the most romantic thing there is. There's a note at the end asking them out. If it were you in person, they'd feel pressured to say yes, and you wouldn't know if they really wanted to say yes or this just felt like they had to. That's really nice, definitely. I like that a lot. Definitely. The idea that you don't want to put too much pressure on, because there are certain people that you could do a very elaborate, very creative way of asking somebody out, and they just wouldn't. No, they wouldn't like it. But instead, what you're allowing is you're saying, "Hey, I've done this thing. This shows how ardently I am into you, how hard I'm crushing on you. But if you don't want to say yes, even with all of that, that's absolutely fine. This is how much respect I have for you that I'm not even going to put that pressure on. That's lovely, definitely. That's lovely. And a scavenger hunt, who doesn't love having a scavenger hunt? That's satisfying, ticking it off. Yep, found it. Good. Yes. Lovely work. And you know they're going to be full. Lots of respect from Definitely Not Tutor. Yeah, it's flowing free, and I'm here for it, as the children say. TB Douglas, find out where they order their pizza immediately. I'm excited about where this is going, TB. Job 1, find out where they order their pizza. Intercept their call. So there's some technology involved. Absolutely fine. Order their pizza yourself. Train your dog. This is just layers on layers on layers. To carry and deliver their pizza by knocking on the door. Then inside the pizza box, it says, "I know this is cheesy, but will you go out with me?" What am I supposed to do with this, TB? What am I supposed to do with this? This has got. Let's count down the elements to this. It's pizza. It's mild espionage, which everybody loves. The success of the Mission Impossible movies is a testament to that. We've got a dog, and we've got wordplay. That is a four-fingered punch of romance. A four-fingered punch of romance. That, I mean, who among us could say that we wouldn't be knocked to the floor, that we wouldn't have a glass jaw for that kind of romance? I quote SJ Beck 72, top work, TB. I love a cheesy ask out. Oh, you get it, TB. You get it. Romance. Who says romance is dead? Whoever said romance is dead has never been asked out via scavenger hunt or pizza wielding dog. That I can promise you. If you points all round, if you wrote a musing, you get that point. Well done, guys. Ah, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Back to main. Gosh, this is slow. So we've got all the points that we're going to get, right? Absolutely wrong. Could not be more wrong. We've got a very special, guys, a very special minute to win it. I want to talk to you about creativity, guys. I want to talk to you about creativity. TB Douglas, thanks. Maybe just how I'd like to be asked out. Well, I hope you get that, TB. I hope you get that one day. And somebody trains their dog to deliver that pizza to you. I've got my fingers crossed for you. I absolutely do. I want to talk to you about creativity rolling with the punches, guys. A little insight into my day. Earlier today, cameraman George, my son Jesus and I, we went to the seaside. And
I love visiting the sea. The sea is one of the most contemplative things in this wonderful world that we call planet Earth. When I was looking out to sea, I got quite kind of contemplative, and I thought, gosh, the way that the sea is constantly, it's kind of gives and it takes, and it brings up to the beach, but then it takes the beach away. There's violence to it. There's serenity to it. A roiling sea is, I think, just fills one with thought and emotion. What it also does, it makes it very easy to lose track of the time. So it's very difficult. There's a lot of build-up for this minute to win it. There is TB Douglas. But I will point out that it's only 1:15, so we've got plenty of time, okay? This is what happens when fewer people watch. We can really get into it. Basically, I ran out of time. And so by the time I got back, there was no time to set up the light box. In a lesser artiste's hands, that would be a disaster. But not me. Absolutely not me. Not me, which is me, takes that and thinks, could I do something special with this? Is this a drawback, or is this a draw forward, a drawward? Is there a way that I can really utilize what might be seen by some people as a bad thing, and instead turn it into what I would like to call a good thing? Okay? Drawward. Thank you, TV. And I think what I've done is exactly that. So as soon as I managed to, because this text thing is really, this is absolutely taking its sweet time. Oh my God, I can't explain to you how tiring this is to just watch these letters just creep up. And what is quite nice about this as well is that it also is kind of like an additional element of the Look Close round. Obviously, we've seen the triumphant return of the Look Close round this week. And that's all about, obviously, just kind of keeping an eye on things and making sure that you're paying attention. This feels like walking behind somebody who's walking very slowly, but on a very narrow pavement or sidewalk. And you just want to pull every single strand of your hair out. Because, by God, what are we doing here? Oh, it's doing that now. Lord. Tension. You need the comedy clan to help diffuse things. If you've got any Scottish jokes, TB, we need them now more than ever. We're so close. We're so close, guys. We really are just incredibly close on this. Is that it? Paste it in. Yep. Done. We're done. We're done. We're done. Okay. So our topic is people who've been mentioned in this episode. So there have been several artists mentioned. Where's the countdown? In this episode. I just need you to guess one. Which one have I written down on this piece of paper and put in my pocket? It's right here. People who've been mentioned in this episode. Sandra Bullock, lovely. David Beckham, yes, you're getting it. You're absolutely getting it, and I love it. Jonathan Ross, lovely stuff. Here we go. Jeff Goldblum, lovely. Lewis Capaldi, absolutely. This is a really good idea, actually. Stephen Colbert, Graham Norton, Nana Hobob, that would be lovely. Nigella, yes. Me, you absolutely have been, definitely. There's a whole video about you, for God's sake. Jimmy Kimmel, lovely, yes. Stephen Fry, yes. Jimmy Fallon, there was that Haikus Day round as well, wasn't there? Let's not forget the Haikus Day round. Gwen Paltrow, I love Gwen Paltrow. I love the shortening of Gwyneth to just Gwen. Lucy Liu hasn't been, but should be TB. That's great. Annie Lennox, lovely. The Proclaimers, wonderful. Lewis Capaldi, yes. I'm just going to let these roll in for a little bit longer because I'm enjoying how much attention you guys have clearly been paying. Billy Connolly, that's excellent, SJBeck72, because that wasn't written down. That's excellent stuff. Jesus, lovely. Frankie Boyle, yes. Cameraman George, 100%. Always mentioned, always welcome. Okay, let's get rid of this topic that took 20 minutes to do. Stephen Colbert, yes. It was Malcolm Young, the guitarist from AC/DC. So even though he wasn't utilized in the actual quiz, he still managed to stump everybody. That's the power of Malcolm Young. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. And it's a very difficult way to get those extra 2 points. How did we miss that? How did you miss it? I don't know, definitely. I don't know. It was a deep cut. It was a deep cut, and I don't blame any of you for not getting it. Let's go back to main. Let's get this chat box back open and roiling. That's the word of the week. Oh, don't take it off again now. Don't take it off again. I thought you said Angus Young, actually. Steward's Inquiry. Did I say Angus Young? Did I? I mean, I'll be honest with you. If you'd have said anybody from AC/DC, I would have just given you the point. I would have given you the point because life's too short. Life's too short for that kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know either. I'll have to check that afterwards. But I'm tempted to give you one extra point, Maple Panda, just for paying that much attention. But now's the time to tot up your scores. Get them in the chat. Be proud of what you have been able to achieve in this time. But whilst you do that, guys, I want to remind you that in this quiz, you're only competing against yourself. There is no point threshold to being smart. And if you have got all the questions right that you realistically could have been expected to get right, then you are smart. Art doesn't become successful because of the opinions of others or by box office numbers. Art becomes successful when you, the creator, says, yes, that's great. If you think your performance today was great, then it was great. No two ways about it. And if you're watching this on YouTube, not live, make sure you write down your score and your musing answers in the comments below because I'd bloody love to hear how you did. I really, really would. Whoa! Maple Panda got 10. Again, 2 rock and roll for the old pencil and paper. Maple Panda. 17 from Definitely Not Duda. That is dramatic. That is astonishing. Genuinely astonishing. Well done, you. TB Douglas 14 for me today. Congratulations. SJ Beck 72 with 11. Lovely, lovely stuff. I think we are smart, actually. I mean, it's a reduced playing numbers round, but for everybody to hit double figgies, This is a universal double figgies round. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I think absolutely you are smart. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely stuff. I was just about to drop a whole bunch of them in the chat as well, TB. You read my mind. It's a high-scoring week. So maybe the look close... how did everybody do with the look close round? Everyone must have done pretty well then, right? For look close? I was worried that was going to be too tricky. Oh, look at all of this. Emote City. Not really SGFX 72. 3 for look close for me. Well done, TB. That's excellent. Excellent stuff. I mean, definitely would have only got one question wrong across the whole 3 rounds. Astonishing. Well, the high point score is definitely. Well done, definitely. And well done all of you guys. I thank you very much for joining me. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a little something. And I hope you felt creative all at the same time. This is the last quiz for a couple of weeks. Next week, we've got another Art Right Now. And the week after that is going to be a week off. We'll come back with a quiz the week after that. But yes, and when we do, definitely not do it, we'll get to choose the round. So look forward to the Art Right Now next week. Congratulations on a whole year of marriage, definitely not Duda. Congratulations for being a high point scorer, and congratulations everybody for tuning in and having so much fun. I am Notme, I am Art, and I hope you'll join me next time, same place, where you'll have another opportunity to improve your art and say to yourself, yes, I am smart. Well done all. A fabulous showing from you all, and I will see you for Art Right Now next week. Take care.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though prob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart.